Cheers guys, Epix911, welcome to the Elitist Geek, and another game in the Quick Look series. This time we're taking a look at a military FPS for the HTC Vive called Onward. And this was released yesterday. Now I'm going to do this in two parts because it's a multiplayer game. The action pretty much starts right away, not a lot of chance to kind of describe things and talk about things, because I want to kind of do this tutorial based. Now this is based semi on an existing tutorial, except I'm going to put all the info kind of in one spot and look at some additional stuff like the settings and menu options so you can see those as well. So let's activate our controllers and let's take a look at what we have. So under settings, we've got quality. Now this is an early access game, but keep in mind, I believe it was a team of like one guy, or a small group anyways, that created this. As far as I know, it's one guy. Just absolutely amazing. So you've got default and you've got low. So we're going to set it to default. Obviously that's a bit higher. Right-handed. Model, we're going to pick hands. This is what you want to see. And I want to see hands, not controllers. You can go metric, 6 feet tall. Sound, careful with this one. Realistic is really, really loud. So if you've got sensitive ears, you probably want normal. Holster, whether you want it hip or chest, I prefer hip. And steady is for holding the gun. Do you want to hold the button to hold the gun or just proximity? I like the proximity. It's like a magnet. So again, this is going to be part one. Be really short, about 5-6 minute tutorial. We're going to pick the shooting range and we're going to take solo here. So this is going to load us into a game lobby. We're going to pick our class, do our weapon loadout, and then enter the shooting range. Literally just takes a couple seconds here. And there's one bug in here that I want to describe, just for the early access. It's still a bug here, so keep it in mind, and I'll show you when I get to it. So there's two helmets here, Fulik or Marsoc. I believe it allows you to pick different classes. So we're going to pick the little Germanic helmet there, Kaplunk. These are going to be worked on, the dev stated, so there's some different classes. They're going to be all fleshed out. We're going to pick Rifleman. Now pay attention to my name here. There's no ready here. And we're going to look for that, and I'll show you why in a second. So now we're going to do our loadout. So you can see here, body armor, grenades, different type of weapons you can choose, G3, AKM, holographic, 4x scope, iron sights, or red dot. I like the red dot, so I'm going to keep that. I like the suppressor. You've also got laser sight. You know what? I'm going to do laser sight on this one. Now, with ammo, there's two types essentially. You've got full metal jacket tracer and full metal jacket without. And then you've got armor piercing. You pick full metal jacket, you get 7 magazines. Armor piercing, you only get 3, but you can blow through that a lot easier, the body armor, right? So we are going to pick full metal jacket tracer. Now the problem is, and this is the bug that I was talking about earlier, if I was to hit start mission now thinking I'm all ready, the game actually locks up. You're forced to have to exit out and start all over again. So what you want to do when you're done is confirm the loadout first. Now it says ready to the left here, that's what you want. Then start the mission. So we're going to now load in to the shooting range. We're going to start with movement, then we're going to get into guns, inventory, healing, and grenades. All right, so you can see we've got hands now. We're going to put the gun away here. Hold it to your chest and then the right trigger. You can see with the front-facing camera, right? All right. Now what we're going to do movement. And movement is all done with your left trackpad. So again, looking at the front-facing camera, watch what happens when I put my thumb, my hand facing forward, put my thumb to the side, I strafe left, right. If I want to go to the sandbags ahead of me, up, and down is for backwards, okay? The height of your hand determines your speed. So it completely down, see how fast I approach the sandbags now? Hand up, I slow down. Okay, same thing going backwards. You can also just have your thumb on the up position, but rotate your hand to move. So I'm strafing left, now I'm strafing right, now I'm going backwards, now I'm going forwards, right? And again, hand up or down determines your speed. So let's move into the range area. Now personally, I like this movement, and I'm really curious if there's anybody watching this that has the nausea. If you're susceptible with this movement, let me know. So we're going to do a couple things here. We're going to start by grabbing the gun. So you can do that a couple of ways. You grab with your left button here, okay, on the side. So side left button grabs it. Then what you want to do, if you want to steady it, move your hand closer. And when I talked about proximity earlier, watch what happens. As my hand gets close, latches on. And there's a little bit of haptic feedback. So it's very much like a magnet. Let's waste all our bullets. Now, I think what I did is picked realistic and not normal sound. I thought I had. That is very freaking loud. All right. Let's change this magazine, okay? So what you're going to do is on your right trackpad down, and then watch on the left, okay? So trigger on the left, trackpad down on the right. Releases the magazine, which you can see is empty. So we're just going to litter that over there. We're going to grab a new one. So when I look down here, you can see I've got a magazine, syringe, and then a pistol, grenade up on my chest. So we're going to grab the magazine, and that is just with trigger, in, and then this one always hits this. There we go. Perfect. That is super freaking loud. So I'm going to put that away. Let's go with the pistol. Yeah, so I must have realistic on. So we're going to check out the syringe now, okay? So I'm going to shoot my hand. Grab the syringe. Again, right side grip. Whoops. Or rather, sorry, trigger. For those items, it's trigger. Put the syringe in your body, and then at the same time, trigger and trackpad left on the right, and that pushes the plunger in. Color changes, and we can litter the syringe, which we can't grab because it's rolling away. So we just ignore it. Now what we're going to do is throw a grenade. So, two ways to do that. D-pad or trackpad down will remove it, and we've got a few seconds in our hand, or our left hand to grab the pin like that with the trigger, and then we toss it. Whoops. There we go. Beauty. That's the explosion. So we got a couple of targets in here. Let's do our movement. All right. So we're going to move forward. I'm going to strafe around the side here. Really quick. Not sure if I got him, but that's all right. Let's just pretend I got him. We will probably hurt the civilian. That's okay. Got no more bullets. You get the gist of it. So that's the movement. But it's really easy when you're coming up. Like if I got my hand down, and then you can just throw yourself on the side of the walls, right? Like it becomes very intuitive to do that. Shift from one side to the other, outside, and then put yourself back against the wall. It's a little tricky at first, but you get really used to the movement. I just love the movement on this. I love it a lot. It's really good. All right, that's basically the basics, guys, of the movement. Next video is going to be the multiplayer. We're going to jump right into some action and put all of this stuff together. As always, guys, cheers, and we will literally catch you on the multiplayer flip side.